Oi, fala aí pessoal, bom dia. Você está escutando o Inglês do Rádio. I am your host, Foster Hodge. This is your daily dose of English.
Hey, Alexia.
Hey, Foster.
How you doing?
I am pretty fine.
How you doing?
You're trying to imitate Joey.
Do you really want to know how I'm doing?
How are you doing?
I've been better, to be completely honest, because this is not the first time that we have recorded this episode because we just recorded it and Alexia's microphone was off.
Yes, it was my fault. I don't mind saying this, but there were a lot of other times that your computer didn't work during the recording time as well.
Okay, that's my computer. That is not me just turning on and off the microphone. Anyway, guys, today, it's Friday. We've been talking about TV all week, and today we just wanted to talk about one of the classics because Alexia is extremely tired, and I thought it should be an easy episode, an episode that everyone could relate to. So today we're talking about Friends.
Friends, the most important show ever.
I wholeheartedly disagree that it is the most important show ever, but it is a show that most people are familiar with, and it is a great show to learn English.
The motive why we're talking about Friends is that it's a timeless show, right? So you can watch it and you can understand it, and you won't have any kind of trouble at all.
Yeah, so I would say it's a classic. And in general, Alexia, when you say the word motive sounds like what was your motive for assassinating that person? Which, in Alexia's vocabulary, because she watches a lot of CSI and things like that, makes sense. But in general, I would say the reason we are talking about this.
The reason why.
Yeah. So when we are talking about TV, it is always good to watch things that you are familiar with. So in this case, most of my Brazilian students, they have already seen Friends, they know the characters, they have seen a lot of the episodes, they understand the dialogue. So it is a great chance to analyze everything and really take your English to the next level.
Yes, and all the characters, they have ways of talking completely different from each other.
Ooh, I have a great word. Quirks.
A what?
Quirks.
Quirks.
So imagine the word work
Mm-hmm.
and then put a Q in the front.
Quirks.
Yeah, so quirk is like a nuance. So for example, in Friends, Ross is a very nerdy character. He has a lot of little quirks where he always wants to talk about dinosaurs. That is a quirk. It is a little weird thing that he does very often.
Yeah. On the other hand, Joey has no fancy vocabulary at all. And he's the Italian part of New York. And he has a way of talking totally different than Ross.
Yeah, I would say Joey has a very sexist way of talking, but Joey is very representative of many of our listeners may not know that there is a very large Italian influence in New York. We even have a neighborhood called Little Italy. So if you really want to improve your English pronunciation, try this phrase. Alexia, say it with me.
No.
Little Italy.
Little Italy.
Pretty good. One more time. Little Italy.
Little Italy.
Yeah. So we have the I sound. So we're not saying little, we're saying little.
Little.
And then also that is what we call a flap T. So I'm not really articulating that T sound. I'm not saying little. I'm saying little.
Little.
Yeah, very similar to the Portuguese R sound, like para, piri, puru. So little, Italy.
Italy.
One more time, Italy.
Italy.
Think about this as a D sound, Italy.
Italy.
Okay, but it's not Italy. It's not the restaurant that you can find in São Paulo. Italy.
Italy.
Perfect. Little Italy.
Little Italy.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we have Ross, the nerdy guy. What do you think about Ross?
I like him. He's nerdy. He sometimes is really boring, but that's his character. The thing about Ross actor, what's his name again?
The actor that plays Ross, his name is David Schwimmer.
Yes, I can't watch David Schwimmer playing any other character because it reminds me of Ross.
Yeah, you can say playing any other role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so David Schwimmer was also I believe, a lieutenant in, I think it was an HBO series called Band of Brothers. And he was a very serious character. And the entire time I was thinking, like, why the hell is Ross yelling at all of these soldiers? You know?
Yeah, but if I had to pick up my favorite one,
Yeah, I would just say pick.
if I had to pick, my favorite one would be Chandler.
Okay, why?
Because I like him. I like all his jokes. I like the way that he deals with life, and he's always like amazing. And I don't know what he does with life, like to work.
Are you talking about in the show or
Yeah,
nowadays?
in the show. It's
Yeah.
Chandler.
So an interesting thing that I think the majority of our listeners do not know is Chandler is played by a character named Matthew Perry. And the majority of the cast elenco, né?
Mm-hmm.
So the majority of the cast, so Ross, Monica, Phoebe, Rachel, they all became big stars in Hollywood, but Chandler did not.
Chandler and Joey.
Joey actually has his own Showtime series now.
Yeah, but it's not huge.
Yeah, he's on Showtime.
Yeah.
He's not doing too bad. So Chandler is played by this guy named Matthew Perry. And in the 1990s, when Friends was really becoming popular, everyone thought Matthew Perry was going to be the star of this show. So he was in the group with Brad Pitt, with George Clooney, with Leonardo DiCaprio, my boy.
With Leo.
And he had some family problems. He had some alcohol problems. And he just never really made it big like the other characters.
Yeah, that's a shame, but I think that nowadays he's better and he's happy with his life. And he's pretty rich as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing fine. I don't feel that bad for Chandler.
Yeah, well, the main point about this episode is to show you guys that you can watch whatever you want on Netflix, of course. The new shows are great, but the old shows are awesome as well. So you can watch it without any kind of trouble. And Friends is Friends. So you can watch any episode, take notes, understand everything, and study. Just this.
Yeah, so I'd like to make a good teacher's point here is that in general, I want my students to watch the newest shows, the shows that Americans or other English speakers are interested in right now, because I have a lot of students that we have class and they want to talk about Friends. And I want to say, hey, Friends was popular in the 1990s. I don't care about Friends anymore. But on the other hand, Friends is an excellent, excellent resource for studying English because you are already familiar with the episodes, with the dialogues, with the characters. So it is a great opportunity to analyze, to stop and think, Chandler just made a joke. Did I really understand that joke? Okay, Monica just said something really fast. Did I really understand that? And it really is a great opportunity to improve your English, especially your conversational English.
Yeah, that's right. So go ahead, watch Friends, and be happy.
There's a famous Beatles song that says, I get by with a little
Let
help
help from my
from my
friends.
friends. I think Alexia is sleeping now.
You are. I'm super okay here.
Good night and good luck, my friends. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Good evening, my dear fellows.
Don't know what that is from. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.